Hey guys, if you can hear me, sorry for the delay. I'm trying to get organized here, but bear with me a second as I try to figure this out. I've had to try to find a quiet place in my house that I could even do this, so bear with me. Okay. Uh, am I live? Are you guys there? Can you tell? Let me see here. Hey, Alex, how are you? Can you see me? I'm still checking this thing out here. Let me see. Peru. Congratulations. King Blue just won 5 XRP. That is way cool. That's really, really cool. Altcoin Whisperer. Hey, thanks for coming on. So I take it you guys can see me, even though I'm tucked in the corner of my house here, trying to find a quiet place. So hopefully this will work out. It's not, just so you guys know, I am setting up a studio to be able to stream from, but it's not set up yet. We're getting closer. So let me see if I can get back to, here we go. Hey Taylor, how are you? Let's see. Everybody, I sure appreciate you coming in. I don't sure what happened to CKJ. Love winning. LOL King Blue. Can't have enough winning, King Blue, can you? I'm not sure what happened to CKJ today. Hopefully he took the day off. Maybe an extended Thanksgiving break. I don't know, but figured, well, heck, if he's not going to be here, we might as well get together anyway. Thanks XRP5 for, you said the sound is okay. Sounds good. Okay. Soon we will be buying XRP6 for $1. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, there's lots of people talking about, boy, there is just a lot to talk about. Okay. So, bear with me if I get a little fired up, but, yeah, I don't know if we're going into the teens or not. I mean, if we did, boy, that'd be an amazing buy. I've, we've been always talking and preaching about buying the dip, but at some point you've bought enough dips to where, your bags are probably as full as you can make them, no matter what the price is. But yeah, if it went into the teens, you'd probably have to dig deep and find a little bit more and buy some of that and cost average some of your stuff. So, let's see. Alex Voggs, the charts say 15 cents. I don't know. This is, you guys probably know some of my feelings about TA. That's good stuff in a normal market, but I don't think we're in a normal market with digital assets and cryptocurrencies, and I dang sure don't think XRP is a normal asset. So none of this, of course, anything any of us say here tonight would be financial advice, but still. Hey, 337, I do want to do a video with you. I will try to contact you this week. It's going to be a lot slower. I had a big push trying to get people into their houses before Thanksgiving, and then, of course, Thanksgiving. And so here we are, finally after the break and back at it again. Viking is here. Viking, I was thinking about you today. I didn't know where the heck you've been. Spanish Fly. How are you, Fly? You're such a great supporter of everybody. Okay. I'm going to have to make another small adjustment here, guys. Bear with me. There we go. Let's see. I'll rearrange the size of this a little bit. Sammy the Bulls. Thanks for coming in, buddy. So have you guys, I mean, there's kind of like two schools of thought going out there in the XRP community. Right now, you've got, people like we just were talking about, man, this thing's going to take a dive, down to you know, 13 cents and 8 cents or whatever. I mean, that's crazy. And then you've got Tony Valentino today with some great posts about how, in fact, in one of them he says it's a done deal. That made me crack up. But hey, John Edwards, that we're really close. That things are happening. Things are, that the stage is set. He's pretty convinced that XRP is that because the 1 billion in escrow of the escrow that was released went right back in, that there's no more over-the-counter sales. He feels like it's done. That this is going to be, now it's all been allocated, or it's all been, everybody has what they need. I think his belief is, and I think I agree with, that the IMF is going to get the balance of the escrow, and that it's game on. And there's certainly a lot of things that are heating up. One of the things that you guys may remember is, you remember the Fed was doing the repo market, and originally they started, I think in late September, said we're going to do it for 3 weeks, and we're going to have, it'll end on October 10th. And then they were about 2 weeks into that 3-week process. Meanwhile, VET is on fire. I love that. VET needs to go up. 2 weeks into that 3-week process, the Fed said, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and extend it to the 1st of November. Well, that lasted literally like 2 days, and they said, no, we're going to keep this going, pumping money into the markets until the 1st of the year. So I tell you that for a reason, because if they're going to the 1st of the year, it's almost like that's as far as they think they can kick this can down the road and prop this economy up. We're 10 days away from hopefully what I believe, maybe a Brexit exit. And that, I think that's one of the things they're waiting for. But if that happens, some of the Digital Asset Daily's been talking about 3 major dates in December. I don't know. This thing is heating up in a way, I guess is what I'm saying, is that this thing could happen at any time where, I think right now, my belief is that it'll happen in January, that there may be, like I said, the Fed can't kick the can down the road anymore. I posted a link on Facebook last night, banks in India that are collapsing. I mean, this thing's getting ugly and rough out there. And at some point it gets ugly enough where it just can't be sustained. And that's what happened in '08. You have enough banks that are not getting, their customers that have borrowed money aren't returning the money. Their loans are going bad. Now they don't have any liquidity. They have to go to the Fed. The Fed gives them money so that they can pay their bills. And basically the Fed gives them money so they can pay the Fed. And it's really, boy, if you and I were doing that, they would call that kiting checks and we'd be in jail. So, you guys, by the way, thanks for being here, all of you, everybody. Anyway, I think this thing's heating up, and we're in for an exciting couple months. I know it doesn't look like it when we're sitting at 22 cents, but, excuse me, hopefully this is the last dip before we really get get something major that happens, which, obviously we're all waiting for some kind of an announcement. And that's what Tony Valentino's posts were about today on Twitter. If you haven't read it, go read that string. The guy makes some great arguments for what he believes is happening out there, and what's about to happen. So anyway, let me see in the chat here if anybody's got any thoughts about that. Digital Asset Daily is here. Hey, buddy, how are you? We've had some great conversations lately, Dad and I. We've been talking in a chat room about, XLM, and what if that gets pushed to use? We know they just burned 50% of their coins, but man, what if they actually use that at some point? Maybe XRP becomes the world's reserve cross-border settlement token, of course. But what if Trump adopts XLM as a U.S. coin, because it has the same, obviously, same origins, same speed and ability that XRP has, I assume. Not a tech guy, but I'm assuming it does, since Jeb was involved in the inception of XRP. But anyway, so that's been an interesting conversation. But it's speeding up, and I do believe with all my heart that the U.S. already knows what it's going to do. These regulators know exactly what they're going to do, but their hands are tied and their tongues are tied by the Trump administration. And when they're given the go signal, then off they go. One of the things that maybe it was Tony Valentino that said today, that I'm not sure who it was. I've read a lot of stuff about it today, but that one of the things why U.S. regulations may be lagging behind is to not put forth this bullying idea on the world stage that they're forcing XRP on everybody, or digital assets on everybody, that they want to come across and look like they're trying to play catch up instead of trying to be the bully. So that's an interesting thought. Man, I wish you guys were on here and could just all talk to me. We're all just sitting around in a room talking. That'd be so much easier. Let's see. No venture. It hasn't. It crashed doing transaction. Oh, John, are you talking about XLM has problems with their transactions? It crashed during a test of some kind? Let's see. Who else got a thought here? Cat loves dog. Hey, thanks for coming on the stream. Let's see. Peru Crypto, by the way, thank you for the super chat, buddy. You're always awesome. I don't know. You have to have a full-time job just to support all your philanthropy on XRP and Twitter. But we appreciate you, bud. Crypto Queen. Shy is here. I call her Shy. Hope that's okay. Let's see. Ms. Z. Neil P. Mr. B XRP. Hey, man. Glad you're here. I saw that you were in at least a second video today. I saw it, but I got sidetracked, but I need to go back and watch it. Great job on that first one with some strong advice and information. And you guys haven't watched Mr. B's first video, please go do that. He has some great information in there about the need to get your tax information on the exchange, especially, I think, Coinbase, especially before December 31st. So everybody needs to go get that done. And can I share a link? Kevin, sure. Go ahead. If you'd like to. Let's share a link. Staff Sergeant, how are you, my friend? We had some great chats back and forth on Digital Nomad Investors stream. But glad you're here, my friend. Which December date? Hey, Digital Asset Daily, what 3 dates in December did you think were notable? There's been a lot of dialogue about December 13th for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know where they're coming up with that date. But December 13th seemed to be a hot button for somebody. Danny Loth, how are you, bud? Let's see. I got to do one thing here real quick. Let's see. There we go. All right. Chip, is that you? Shy, that is really, really nice of you. Thank you so much. Uh, Crypto Queen just gave us a $20 super chat, which is totally unnecessary, but totally appreciated. That is really, really nice. Um, where's CKJ today? Don't know. I think maybe just an extended holiday. But we thought well, we still want to get together, so I jumped on and got stuffed in a bedroom. I've got two dogs and three teenage kids, and it gets loud and noisy, and they're putting up the Christmas tree, and I came in here and just sat in the corner of my room here. So, but I'm sure my wife's not really thrilled about it. But like I said, I'm setting up a home office that can be kind of a live stream studio here shortly. Digital Asset Daily said December 15th, 25th, and 31st. If there's anything you can throw in here, Dad, that shows tells us why those dates or a link or anything, that'd be awesome. Um, XRP Harlem, what's up, Danny and Venture? Hey, thanks for being here. Again, Crypto Queen, that's really nice of you. Thank you. Let's see. Smash those thumbs up, please. Yes, I get smash those thumbs up, please. Thanks, Danny Loth. Um, let's see. No Christmas tree set up for Dad. Oh, for me? Me. You mean me helping? Well, my job is to haul it in from the garage, take it out of the box, put the darn thing together, make sure the lights are working. But luckily, my boys are getting old enough to where they pretty good help with that. But that's my job, and then the kids all like to decorate it. So, let's see. So, the vet is pumping. Well, I shouldn't say pumping, but it's back up to, about 7.5. So that's good. I'd like to see that happening. I really do believe that, and somebody mentioned it again somewhere in Twitter or anywhere, but that, I know who it was. It was Crypto Mike. Made what I thought was a smart comment. Vet, with their tracking ability and what their your use case is and what they're planning to do, it really might be in part of Trump's negotiating that they use some kind of system and blockchain to track products' origin, which is exactly what VET will do. And that really could be, hey Nate, that really could be something that that it could be, in part of their negotiations because of all of the, obviously, rip-off and reverse engineering and everything else that they do to steal intellectual properties from the states. So anyway, but either way, I mean, the idea of, and I've used this analogy before, but you buy a Toyota starter and that dang thing's $800 plus install, and for them for you to have a comfort level knowing that that's a real Toyota starter. The automobile industry and tracking parts is huge. All of it. I mean, I can imagine just how it might help the what are the in the shipping yards, the customs. Excuse me. Yeah, how customs, man. If they can scan and know that these are genuine items, man, I think it'd be huge for logistical transport. So anyway, I'm learning more about VET. Like it a lot. Glad to see it pumping. XRP's got some great things. Obviously, whenever it is that it blows up, we're closer to it than we've ever been. So don't know when that is. Nobody does, but VET will level the playing field for logistical oversight as XRP will for financial settlement. Get it? Love that. Jet Digital. That's so true. And I keep thinking, man, how easy is it in the shipping lanes and these shipping containers and what have you for XRP for settlement of payment for that shipment and VET to track it. Man, that's just a partnership waiting to happen. if it's not already done. That would be great. Jet Digital, that's smart. You're exactly right. Um, let's see. Need blockchain to monitor weaponry distribution. Well, that's true too. I mean, it doesn't mean products still can't be counterfeited, but when you come across them, when authorities come across them, there at least there'll be a way to validate them. So let's see. VET is such a game changer for imports and exports. Crypto Queen Shy, you're exactly right. I really do. I really, really like the two use cases of VET and XRP, and I've got both of them, and I think that's a strong bet. Okay, let's see. Um, let's see. Trump mentioned the words "love fest." I'll tell you what that means. The debt is settled. By the way, XRP makes no mistake. They where this is going. John Edwards, I couldn't agree more. I don't even know if you're not going to settle the debts. I don't even know why you roll out a new financial system. Clearly, the one we have is broken. Clearly, the central bankers have no money, and liquidity is a problem. The banks have no liquidity. The governments around the world are in debt up to their eyeballs and completely mathematically unsustainable. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't solve the problems with this new asset class, what's the whole purpose for it? I mean, VET would have a better use case than XRP if you don't settle some debts with it and really move the needle and create a level playing field. What's up with the December owl undertones? I don't know. Bearable Guy posted that latest one of Owl Jolson or what have you with the owls, and my interpretation of that little graphic. There were big owls and little owls. It was large and small, wise investors. Owls are wise. Need to be ready for a financial crash. That's what I took from that. So. Let's see. Joseph Green, thanks for being here. Scott Elliott, thanks for being here. GeoXRP, Nate C. IB Preston, thanks for being here. Ripple Stilskin, thanks all of you guys for being here. Appreciate it a lot. Let's see. Obviously, there was a lot out there, it seems. Just have to do more research on my part. Okay, I'm not sure what that pertains to, but owls can be seen in the dark. Well, that's true. Yeah, there are people out there talking about a dark December too, whatever that's. And quite honestly, if if we do have a financial meltdown, and I've said it before, that they never fixed the problems in '08, so this one's going to be potentially bigger than '08, and hopefully they've got this thing all rolled out. And what Tony Valentino was saying today, hopefully there's some truth to that they have all of the XRP. They don't need any more over-the-counter sales of XRP, and now because remember Brad said he was going to slow that. But if they put it all back in escrow, maybe they've stopped that completely. So if that's the case, then, maybe we're going to start to see that things are in place. And who is the one company, the financial company that works with like thousands of banks? If somebody remembers, and somebody, they can get the software out to thousands of banks in a hurry. It begins with an F, I think. Wish they knew more about it. Sorry, but if you know who I'm talking about, throw it in the chat so we can be reminded of that. But yeah, if they can get it in front of thousands of banks in a hurry, get the software, and Ripple's the home office has dealt with the central banks and the big banks and the governments. I mean, yeah, maybe they're ready to roll this thing out, and they're just monitoring, a crash, that a potential crash. Alex D. Vogs, thank you very much, my friend, for the $2 support. Do you see a moon in December of 2019 or no? I feel like it's going to be after the first of the year, because between now and December, remember, like I started with this, the Fed has said they're going to prop up the economy, at least the U.S. economy. They're going to prop this economy up until the first of the year. So they're going to continue to print money and keep the repo markets open until the first of the year. So if they can keep kicking the can down the road and keep propping it up till the first of the year, then I'm guessing that it'll be after the first of the year. And that's what I thought when they did it. It's like, well, we're going to go ahead and extend this thing to the first of the year, October, then November, then all the way to the first of the year. It's almost like they've given up. It's like we're just going to keep throwing money at it to keep it going, knowing that that's about as far as we can kick the can down the road. So I think my answer to your question is I don't think it'll be in December, but I do think it could be right after that, the first of the year. There's been lots of people talking about February too for some reason. And some of this you have to balance between obviously, articles that have been written, things that have been said, tweets that have gone out, riddles that have been placed before us, and you put all that together and you're just trying to figure out where we're at. People get awful mad about Bearable Guy, or, man, I'll take any clue I can get from anywhere I can get it. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but, I'm old enough and, I'll make my own determinations, and I'm all grown up, and if I think something's silly, I'll just discard it as, oh, well, that's silly. But if I can find some truth in it, something, then I'll take it from wherever I get it. I don't have to hate on, I don't even know who the Ripple Riddler is, but I don't have to hate on anybody. I just want to see this thing happen, and I'm looking for every little indicator that I can extract out of everything I read and see and watch and listen to find the truth. I assume you guys are, somewhat the same way. So let's see. Josh. So let's say that XRP utility kicks on before the 2020 BC halvening. Do you think the halvening will have an effect on the price, XRP price, assuming XRP decouples from XRP or BTC after utility? Personally, I think that's a great comment. And Josh, here's what I would tell you about that. I have really become very disillusioned with Bitcoin. I've got some friends that bought Bitcoins, and I really like to talk to them and see if I can't get them to reconsider and move that into either XRP or VET, even though they have large bags of XRP. The reason I think that is because I really think Bitcoin is a distraction, and it's old tech, and I really believe that next year we're going to see quantum computing come out in a major way. Google's already, done testing on it. The results are phenomenal, and the way I understand it is that BTC's blockchain can be hacked inside of 24 hours with quantum computing. And if that's the case, then the tech is no good. And nobody's going to own something or store a value if it can be hacked. And so I think that's a real problem. Could more software, more code be written? Sure. But will it? I don't know. But either way, I still think the real money is in XRP. And it's just like now, even, $10,000 to buy a Bitcoin, even though it's not that much right now, but let's just say it was $10,000 to buy a Bitcoin. How much XRP could you buy for that? And would that much XRP, which would get to 250,000 quicker, one Bitcoin, or the amount of XRP you could buy with the money that it would cost you to get one Bitcoin. So I think since the one is, the potential is through the roof. You have one that's overvalued and one that's undervalued. I think the money is, put your money in the undervalued, not financial advice, but put your money in the undervalued one and watch it carry you to 250,000 a lot quicker. The halvening will have an effect, but I really think Bitcoin could. I really think Bitcoin could. I mean, I know it's got the brand name recognition and what have you, but it needs to also have the tech. It needs to have, the cryptography, that can stand up to quantum computing. So, from what I understand about XRP and Ripple is that they say they can put lines of code in that will increase their that'll increase their ability to withstand the quantum computing. So anyway, I know that's rambling a little bit to your question, but I don't think the halvening. I mean, seriously, look at Bitcoin. It's been struggling too. I mean, I know the whole market's down, but at the same time, Bitcoin's supposed to be. I mean, how many months ago and times was it supposed to hit? 16,000, and now here it's hovering around 7,500. So anyway, I don't own BTC. I did, but I've moved it out and moved it into VET, quite honestly. So I have always been a believer. Hey, you need at least one BTC and your XRP bag, but I don't necessarily think that anymore, and I think there's more potential with the others, given the newer tech with both of those companies, and given the current value of those versus the potential value of those other two tokens. So, Eva, what happened to Brad Garlinghouse? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Something happened to Brad Garlinghouse? Anybody know anything? By the way, Crypto Time, how are you doing? I saw you said hi, but I was in the middle of rambling. Sorry about that. Okay. We will see quantum blockchain and quantum AI, and I believe we are turning out planet. We are turning, I think maybe our planet into a galactic energy node. We use micro AI to predict wind patterns and sorry, I can't quite read that. Anyway, yeah, I watched a great Glenn Beck interview the other day with a guy that was in talking about quantum computing, AI. There's AI and then there's AGI and ASI, and the differences between those and where we're headed. And we're headed there a lot faster than people think, according to his research. And it was a great. I know it's in my Twitter thread somewhere if you want to look it up and watch it. But it's a great deal about quantum computing, cryptocurrency, and AI. It's a good watch. Let's see. Did I sell some vet off in this pump? No, I don't really sell anymore. The day trading thing just doesn't work for me, man. Doesn't matter. If I buy, it's going down. If I sell, it's going up. So I just get what I want, and I'm just holding. And right now, what I want is XRP and VET. So I'm long on AGI. So AGI, the difference between AI and AGI. AI is artificial intelligence, of course. AGI is artificial general intelligence. And the difference is, as I understand, is AI, like driving a self-driving car. AI is really good at one specific task. versus AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, which is it learns and can learn about multiple subjects. And then there's ASI, which is artificial superintelligence, which is like way smarter than any and all of us. So, hey, Stefan. Chip, how are you, buddy? Thanks for being here, by the way. Chip, appreciate it. Let's see. So those are cool. Crypto Queen, thank you again for the support. $3 super chat. It's really, really, really nice of you. Thank you very much. And now I know you're over. Are you in the UK? Is that where you're at? And you're obviously sitting on pins and needles waiting for Brexit to happen or the vote to happen. December 15th is a date connected to the U.S.-China trade wars. Oh, okay, he's driving. Well, no problem. Don't chat. Get yourself in a wreck there, but thanks for posting that. So one of the dates that Digital Asset Daily was talking about was the December 15th, which is tied to the U.S.-China trade wars. So that's one to watch for. I think the Brexit is something to watch for. Editing a video. Well, thank you for stopping in, Chip. Appreciate you a lot, buddy. Alex Yeats, thanks, buddy, for being here. Let's see. TJ, thanks. TJ Jackson, thanks, buddy. Well, Peru Crypto, one more time with a $2 super chat. Congratulations, Dad just won 5XRP, which is Digital Asset Daily. It's kind of funny. We're calling him Dad now. So anyway, Dad just won 5XRP. So if you're driving, don't drive off the road. But the tip monster himself, Peru Crypto, just gave you 5XRP. You know, this is kind of funny. I don't know if you guys, I don't think it's happened to me a lot, but it happened to me today. I was in a convenience store and I was waiting for the change. And it was going to be like 24 cents or something. And normally I just tell them to throw it in the little support the kids bucket there on the counter. And it was kind of funny. Today I did that. You know, I said, hey, will you just throw the change in there? And I was walking out, and just for a second, it said, you know what? At 22 cents, that could have been a XRP worth $1,000. And I was like, man, maybe I need to start saving my change. So, no, give the change to the kids. But it was funny that I even had that thought without even. I mean, I didn't deliberately think about it, but it was like, it's amazing how you think about it. You know, 5XRP from Peru Crypto, you know, could be, you could archive this video and come back in 3 years and realize, oh my gosh, Peru just gave him $5,000 that night. So now, of course, there'll be plenty of people that'll put comments in here about how XRP will never go to $1,000 and dang sure never go to $100, because that's what happened the other day. Everybody, but it'll never go to $100. Well, you're not reading the same stuff I'm reading then. So, okay, what else we got here? We're all obsessed. Cat loves dogs. It's true. I know. I was thinking about it. You know, after I had that thought, I walked to the truck, and as I was getting in the truck, I thought, dang, maybe I should like give up a hamburger a day, the $10 at Wendy's, and buy XRP with it. M. Grimes, thanks for coming in, buddy. Or showing up, or stopping by, or I think stopping by. Not a real big fan of the coming in thing or calling it a room, but I guess it's kind of what it is. Peru Crypto, tip monster. PCTM, he is the tip monster, that's for sure. That's what Nate said. Mr. Venture, marijuana stocks and crypto. Chinu Patel is always on top of it with great advice and on top of the news and what have you. And this isn't the first time I've seen him talk about marijuana stocks and crypto. It's kind of hard to miss the whole marijuana stocks thing as they more and more states legalize it. But I will tell you, for me, Patel, that's not a direction I'll go. That's just not for me. I'll stick with my digital assets, and then, as you guys know, probably develop some real estate when that's done. Bitcoin will never hit 20K. Oh, wait. I don't know what, oh, wait. Chip, what do you mean by that? Are you saying that, that it, of course it will? Anyway, Chip, tell us what you mean by that. Did Crypto Mike show up? Hey, Mike, I talked about you earlier. I told this group of fine XRP community folks that you made a very intelligent post earlier, and that I misspelled that tweet I gave you, but I meant to say that you are a very wise young man, not your man. Anyway, glad you're here, my friend. I'm not a financial advisor, says Patel. Yes, you are, and I'm going to hold you to it. No, you're not, buddy. Grandma's in the room. Oh, there, I said it. I did it, didn't I? I said in the room, and I said I didn't like that. Grandma, we're glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Let's just call it that, stopping by. I'm doing great. How are you? I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and had plenty of stuffing and turkeys and leftovers, and it's a great time of year. Just saying that people never thought Bitcoin would hit 20K, then bam, it hit. Yeah, that's true. I mean, nobody knows where any of this is going. It's just speculation. But I do think, we all have to decide for ourselves, doing our own research, our own homework, our own due diligence, just exactly which projects we think we want to get behind. And I have just changed my position about BTC. And, it could go to 200K. I wouldn't make me mad if it did, because I took the same money and put it into something that I think will produce the same amount of investment. So, but I do think there is a chance. It is older tech, and there is faster computing coming. So who knows? But I did like, oh man, I forgot who it was that made that comment about, and I never thought about that, quantum blockchain. Now that's an interesting thought. If you have a quantum blockchain on a quantum computer, and then, well, maybe that makes a whole big difference. So let's see. I've been holding since 2016, and I have some great experience. Boy, I'll bet you do. Coming 203 XRP. Boy, yeah, if you've been here for 2016, you've seen a lot. And, oh my goodness, I missed Lisa K 1111. What an amazing support. $25 super chat. Thank you. You just, man, I need to make you a moderator. That was just very, very kind of you. Very nice. Thank you. You didn't even make a comment like, say hi to everybody. Everybody, Lisa says hi. So everybody say hi to Lisa, please. That was very sweet of you. I was rambling on again and missed it. You can hear Molly? Did you hear Molly, Cat? Yes, man, that little puppy is the deepest bark. I mean, for a puppy, you think it's a full-grown German Shepherd in there. I put a post on Twitter, you guys, yesterday. We got a new puppy. We had a little lap dog for my wife, and I said, no, if we're getting another dog, it's going to be a big dog. So we got a big dog. I didn't realize you could hear it. I remember the first time I streamed. I've only streamed like 3 times, but I remember the first time I streamed. Apparently the laundry, you could hear the dryer going in the background, and some guy says, I'll come back when the laundry's done. At first I thought he was talking about his laundry. Then I realized, oh man, you can hear the laundry. So I got to be more That's why I'm building the studio, so I can soundproof it and make it, get the lighting right and get some kind of, My whole house, every single wall in my house is decorated amazing. My wife has a sign company on Etsy. She does these amazing signs. So every corner of our house, except this corner, is decorated to the hilt. So, but anyway, I'm not sure how I got there, but Taylor, thanks for saying hi to Lisa. Crypto Mike said hi to Lisa. So thank you guys for. Let's see. So you guys, it's going to be an interesting couple months, man. I absolutely hope that there's a game change. I don't want a collapsed economy, man. I do not want that. I went through the '08 meltdown, and if you've never heard that story from me, we lost everything. I mean, we had like 10 million in real estate, and my partner and we lost all of it in the meltdown, and it was crazy. And I never want families to go through that. Lots and lots and lots of good families got hurt. And so I don't want that. What I want them to do is I want them to roll out this new digital economy, and I want them to roll out this new digital currency, and I want it to be XRP, but I want them to roll it out to prevent a collapse, not as a result of a collapse. But they'll probably do it as a result of a collapse so that they can justify the thing. Let's see. What else could we see here? The sound makes you real. Oh, you mean like the laundry and the dog barking? Well, it's as real as you get around this house. My daughter Emma was going to do this live stream with me. She said she'll do the next one. Emma's amazing. She's 12 years old, going on like 24. She's just incredibly talented at everything she does. But she would be a great little sidekick, to read the chat and ask questions for anybody, and then I could just focus on answering the questions, assuming I know anything about it at all. But let's see. Crypto Mike, I think something big is going to happen between now and December 11th. Dude, you don't have a lot of time between now and December 11th. So, hey, I'm in. Let's get something going before December 11th. Like I said, a lot of people have been talking about December 13th for some reason. And Mike, if you know what that's all about, comment down there so we all know. Coining. Oh, did I? Coining 203 XRP. Venture, we need to link up. Are you in Arizona? Or I want to link up with everybody. I've been wanting to do a West Coast link up for a long time, or meetup, excuse me. So anybody that's in Arizona, Nevada, or even for that matter, I know I've got a friend in Colorado. We need to link up and maybe in Flagstaff or something. But anybody has any thoughts like that? Nate C, I lost everything in '08 too. Man, we are brothers already, Nate, you and me. I'm telling you, that was crazy. These three teenagers I have right now, by the way, guys, I don't mind sharing with you. My wife and I adopted them. They're kind of like, round two. We have 4 older children, then we adopted these 3, and we adopted twin boys, and then a year later, at birth, and then a year later, we got little Emma at birth. And 2 months after we got Emma, the whole financial world imploded. I mean, we had built a house built for these kids and for raising them, and we had a nanny, and we had the whole shooting match, and we were living in St. George, Utah, and then the whole world imploded. And I mean, we got creamed. So Nate, man, I'm with you, brother. That was tough, and I don't want anyone to go through that again. But looks like GeoXRP got killed too, or had a tough time. And then here's the crazy part, you guys. This is really what irritates me. Okay, you guys want to know what makes me tick? This is it. First of all, it pisses me off. Cussing there a little bit, huh? It pisses me off that these banks charge the people that have the least amount of money the most, that these dealerships charge people with the least amount of money the most. They're always constantly charging people when you're down and out. It costs you the most to try to climb and claw your way up. So here I am developing real estate in St. George, Utah. We have 70 custom home lots that are over $200,000 a lot, and over 10 million in real estate, and it implodes on us and collapses until pretty soon we couldn't sell them for even what we owed on them. They were at $200,000, and we thought, well, all right, we won't sell them at 200,000, but we'll sell them at 175. Well, it rolled back so far you couldn't sell them at 75. Anyway, long story short, or at least shorter, we got creamed, we got wiped out, lost my credit, lost our finances, lost our real estate equity, lost everything, had 3 little kids in diapers, and it was like I was 28 years old starting over again with no credit and what have you. Now, all of a sudden, they start putting all of these properties on the market that they repoed, and everybody's flipping houses and making a bunch of money. Well, I'm a builder. Guess what? I could flip houses except for one thing. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any credit. I didn't have anything. So it just was like a slow boat crawling back, and it took 10 years. And regardless of your political affiliations, the reality of it is we weren't able to start building again and really moving the needle until 2016, until Trump got in office, and they did the tax cuts, and they did some things and freed up, and bankers started lending, and people were ready to kind of some pent up anxiety, and people were all waiting to build again, and now people were building and developing, and off we went, and so that's why I hate the thought of any kind of a crash, because we've been building houses, and I don't want it to crash. I want to keep things going. So, but that really drives me nuts. So when you hear me talk about how it breaks my heart to see dads and husbands, fathers that are stressing and worried, and moms too, but I'm assuming a lot of the pressure falls on the dads to make a living, and I constantly, there isn't a day that goes by that 2 or 3 of the 5 people in my family, immediate, my wife and kids, that don't come to me, Dad, I need this. I got to pay I need $80 for this. And it just goes and goes and goes. And it's just like, man, the stress you go under just trying to make sure you can keep up with it, it's a lot. And so I want for every family in this community to do amazing things and to never feel that again. And when we get the return on our investment that we're shooting for, please, with everything in me, I'm giving you this counsel as an older dude, please get out of debt. Please get out of debt and understand what to do with your money so that you can get your money working for you, so that you get residual passive income that comes into you every month. I don't need to be in crypto the rest of my life. I just need enough money to get some real properties in the town that I live in that are paying me rents every month, so that for the rest of my life, we've got a residual passive income that is right here, and I don't care what happens on exchanges. So for whatever that's worth, man, I've probably missed 2 bazillion chats, I'm sure of it, as I've rambled, but I really, really think that's important. Please think about what you're going to do when this happens. Heaven forbid, if it happens like Mike says, by December 12th or 11th, he said, boy, we better have a plan. Need a plan. And part of that plan, first thing, get out of debt, pay off every debt you have, and then DM me, and let's talk about some stuff if you're not sure. So don't hesitate. So anyway, you already know I'm going to set up on my YouTube channel kind of some mini development courses. If you guys want to develop real estate, I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do, because it's kind of universal. There's some changes, but pretty much what I can tell you step by step how to do it, you could do in your own hometown. It's not that big a deal. Once again, Crypto Queen Shy, thank you again, sincerely, thank you. Thank you for, I think you're relatively new to the community, or this, I think you've been in crypto for a long time, but to this community, I'm just saying it seems like I've just recognized your name in the last month. But wherever you've been, we're glad you're here, and you've found us in this community, this little group of folks. But thank you again for the super chat, for the $10 support. Thank you. That's really, really nice of you. Okay, let's see. Buying houses, putting houses on Airbnb. Yeah. Now, I will tell you, if you guys want to know a little something, be careful about the Airbnb thing. Let me just tell you what's happening around the country. It seems like you no sooner figure out how to do something cheaper, like Uber, cheaper than taking a taxi, that the governments and the municipalities around the world try to start writing codes and ordinances against doing it. I just mentioned Flagstaff a minute ago, town here in northern Arizona that people like to visit. They wrote an ordinance that you cannot rent out your room in your town for Airbnb. So you may think, oh, it's great, I'm going to buy this cabin because Flagstaff has pine trees and what have you, and I'm going to rent it out on Airbnb, only to find out after you've made the purchase that you cannot do that, and that the city has written zoning ordinances against renting out your room on Airbnb. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't happen, but they're doing it. They're doing it, and other municipalities will call them up. I know because I was a planning and zoning commissioner. What'll happen is other towns call up Flagstaff. Hey, you guys wrote some ordinances on Airbnb and not allowing people to do that. Can I get a copy of the text that you put, that ordinance? And then another city will take that text and they'll take it up before their city council, and next thing you know, they've enacted it too. So the safest thing to do, and I'll just leave it at that, the safest thing to do, quite honestly, is to have a little piece of commercial property that already allows for a hotel, and then build your little custom Airbnb on that. And we go into more on that in the future. I'm actually building some now for that very reason on commercial land, because if my city ever says Airbnbs are not allowed, doesn't matter. I have commercial zoning that allows for it. Okay, so let's see what do we got here. Anyway, Shai, thank you again, sincerely. Let's see. That's some BS. How can they stop you from doing that on your own property? Well, let me just tell you guys, if you don't know, you guys do realize the United States was incorporated, right? In other words, the United States of America was, the United States Corporation was created. And you need to know the story of Washington, D.C. And inside of Washington, D.C. is basically Congress, 120, I don't know how long ago, I've forgotten the dates, but basically they said inside of this, 60 square miles or whatever, they do not really have to abide by the Constitution. At the time, nobody cared about, that small of area of land, because, all they had was the East Coast anyway. There was no Arizona or Utah back then. But anyway, the United States is incorporated. Why do you think your local towns are incorporated and your counties are not? And then when a part of your county wants to become a city, they have to incorporate. Well, it's because in order to do business with that company, which is the United States Corporation, you have to be a company. So we're doing business with a company. So I'm just telling you. So how can they do that, Fly? It's easy, because their zoning laws technically would be against the Constitution. But we're not dealing with the Constitution. We're dealing with a company who makes the rules inside their company. So if you're going to live inside this geographical area that is incorporated as a township, town, and a company, then they can have zoning laws, and they can be whatever they say. And if they say, hey, no Uber, no Airbnb in our town, they can do it. Is it right? No, it's against the Constitution, but that's what they do. Okay. Bullish CEO, you better. He says, I'm going to take you up on that development project. Please do, you guys. I'm not kidding. Two things I want to happen. I will help anybody individually as much as I can, understand the process, and if you want to develop when you have the return on investment that you want, you're ready for that. And or I plan to pool anybody that wants to, not financial advice, but an investment group of us together that can build a project that can be duplicated and replicated, where we just kind of create a company, a development company that builds. Can't be shopping malls anymore because they're going away. But maybe we're building hotels around the country. You know, we'll call it Ripple Express. I don't know, but either way, I want to do that too. I'd love to put a joint venture, get it, venture, group together. The people that want to develop together with their assets, as well as Shai, you're a developer. Oh, we definitely want to talk. Okay, we'll do that in the DM. But anyway, I think it'd be fun, and I think I can. I think I've got 100 years behind me of building and developing. My first real estate development was I was 26 years old in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've been doing it for a long time. So I think I can help you. And you know what? What the heck? All my suggestions, they all cost the same. They all cost the same. They're free. Pick the ones you want. Discards the one. Doesn't really matter. But for whatever it's worth, it's there. Grandma, franchise. What do you mean, Grandma? You want to start a franchise? We could start a franchise. We could put a development group together that builds Chick-fil-A's or Wendy's or whatever franchises are out there. We could build the building, put the franchise in it, and build them across the country. There's a lot that could happen. Chinu, not a bad idea. Ripple Express. Well, see? Okay. Resort runs on Ripple. I like it. Location is key. Ripple Army, that's exactly right. I mean, that's the old adage in real estate, isn't it? Location, location, location. It's really true. But also, when you're doing Airbnb, it's about uniqueness too. And I will tell you this, it doesn't matter what business you're in, it's how you do business. So you have a company that could be in business for 20 years, going out of business. At the same time, a brand new company that makes the same product as them is coming on strong and doing great things. So it doesn't matter what business you're in, it's how you do business. I wouldn't be afraid of going next door to anybody doing the exact same business, because we'll just build a better mousetrap. We'll outperform them. We'll have better quality. It just won't matter. We'll go to work and develop the business and make it what it is. So now we're talking business and not so much digital assets. I hope that doesn't upset anybody. Hey, George. How are you? Let's see. Okay. Chanu, you're in. Please count me in on Ripple Express after XRP moons. Zero doubt. I'm in. Okay. I'm counting on you, buddy. Dark Knight, I read that. German banks allow for the store of cryptocurrencies from January 2020. It says a lot for XRP in 2020. I agree. I agree with that. Shy, they say it doesn't matter how much money you make, it's how much you keep. So true. And listen, you guys, listen, seriously, listen to Shy and listen to this older dude. I'm telling you, making money is hard. Keeping money is way, way harder. I'm telling you, when you have money, everybody and their brother wants to take it from you. And they're going to have great ideas. They're going to have sob stories. They're going to have needs. I'd lean on the needs first. And if you can help people, that's the only good part about having money, is the good things you can do with it. But again, keeping it is very hard. So keep that in mind. Have a plan. Hey, crypto delivery. XRP bull. Uh, thank you. Bull, that's great of you, nice of you to say. Let's see. Mm, Digital Asset Daily. Great stream. Thanks, buddy. We're going to get you involved in all of this too, you know. You're already involved. You can't help it. You're part of the family now. Let's see. Uh, Making money for government's easy. Yeah, well, um, taxes. You remember me mentioning a little while ago that that video that I watched with Glenn Beck and that guy that is really, really deep into technology and quantum computing and AI and digital assets. And one of the one of the reasons he said that I have never really heard anybody in the community mention uh, the real strong um, reason for governments to get involved in digital assets is because of how simple the taxation would be. They see every transaction. They can even automatically deduct it. Who knows? Maybe we'll be signing smart contracts with, you know, IRS or your local tax agency, wherever you're from, and it'll just automatically come out of any profits. I don't know, but I'm sure that they're going to love that, the ability to see every transaction and tax every transaction, which hopefully for those of us here in the States, I wish the heck they'd just go to a flat tax. Drives me nuts that the dang tax code is as tall as this room and that it takes a battery of accountants to figure it out. And a man should be able to figure out his own tax responsibility and obligation to the government, without any help from a professional. Not that I don't mind the professionals, I'm thankful for them, but I'm just saying you shouldn't have to have them. And if it was just a straight, 15% sales tax on everything, that would work. Just, whatever the number is, just great. Everybody will build it in. And when I buy a new gun, well, it's already paid. Taxes are done. Real time taxes. It's exactly right. Level playing field. Real time. They'll be paid in increments all year long to IRS probably. 23% tax. Is that what it would take, 1%er, to do a flat tax? So be it. 23% me. Then I don't care. Let's do it. Flat tax. Get it done. Tired of this crap. And think of, I know all those IRS agents, would be bummed because they wouldn't be able to, but at the same time, why not? It should be that easy. I mean, God only needs 10% for Pete's sakes. Why do they need more than that? But so be it. Taylor agrees. Flat tax would be nice. Do you think crypto wallets on our phones are okay? I'm not sure yet. If you want to know the truth, honest, Sammy, I I don't know. Has anybody really thought about even the nanos? What if one of them has a failure? What if it? I mean, how many USB drives go bad? And it just makes you wonder. But as far as being on our phone, I know they're coming. I know that the next generations, that's one of the things that guy on that Glenn Beck video talks about is what's happening with the next generation of phones, and that they're going to have crypto wallets on them, and they'll be strong, and so I think that's coming. I just don't know if the current ones are good yet. So kind of buyer beware or store beware. Nickel and dime you until your minimum wage. Well, isn't that true, Nate? So true. Brandon, thank you very much for the super chat. We should get together and talk hotels. I am in Young. No, you're not in Young. Young is right there, man. Brandon, we're 45 minutes away. Arizona. Well, if you can get down your road. Anyway, we're close. If you find yourself in my town on the weekend, you will find me at, what is that, Buzzy's Vineyard? All right, Brandon. That road going down there is a little tricky. but I may just make a point of it. But that's great that we're that close. You're the closest one to me so far that I know. And thank you very much for that $5 super chat. Very, very cool of you. Yeah, that's cool that we're that close. I found a couple guys in Arizona that I do need to link up with down in the valley. I just haven't gotten down there yet. Newbie here. What is the best exchange? Well, newbie, it's not really newbie. It's Nugub. I, you guys, I might as well confess right now. I'm gonna be terrible butchering new names, so bear with me. But anyway, best exchange. Lots and lots of people love to hate Coinbase for the U.S. I guess it depends on where you're at. Actually, I should have said that. If you're in the U.S., lots of people love to hate Coinbase, but they are, you know, they are a safe exchange, regulated exchange in the U.S. I personally have a Coinbase account. I am not currently using it. I'm at Coinbase or Binance US only because I just like the way it's laid out better. Personally, I don't like the whole Coinbase and then Coinbase Pro thing and whatever. I don't know why you need to. I just like the Binance US because the Binance.com, the original Binance, was my favorite exchange for being able to watch, trades happen and so on. So, and Crypto Coley was really cool and helped me, and we did a long DM chat one morning, and CZ was cool, and DM me and took care of some concerns I had. So, I'm kind of a supporter of Binance. Let's see. You can always move your digital assets to another wallet with your seed words. So if Nano doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I suppose that's true, Fly. I didn't really, I've never done that. So Fly is saying that as long as you have your seed words, that the Nano gave you, that apparently somehow I'm not sure where you would put those or how that happens, but apparently if you're in a wallet and if your Nano doesn't work, you can still move them off there. I need to learn more about that. Honestly, it sounds like Fly knows way more about it than I do, because she's a smart girl. We love Miss Fly. Okay. Have I looked at Nasara law? Well, Nasara used to be Jisar, didn't it? One percenter. It talks about a flat tax, and it also talks about going back to the gold standard and a global currency reset. Am I right about that, one percenter? Let's see. Never give up. God bless. Never give up. Peru Crypto loves Fly. We all love Fly. It's easy peasy, says Fly. That's Spanish, Fly, for those of you that don't know, and I'm calling her by my nickname for her. Else you're out of luck. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Flat tax, yes. Abolish the IRS. I'm in 1%. Oh, that's the Jasara or the Nasara. That's what that. I believe the Jasara, wasn't that really like a 1996 or something proposal that they've still got a lot of people hoping is going to happen? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody knows the dates of the Jasara Nasara deal? I think the Nasara, adding the N, was their way of updating it because it was old, kind of a legislation or a hope to become legislation. Let's see. The Ledger Nano is only a storage device for your seed words. It does not hold your crypto. Well, that part I knew, so that's good. So if your Nano gets damaged, you can buy another and put your word phrases on it. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could edit the word phrases or add them. Keep word phrases safe. And we've always known that, and they've always said that. Hey, whoever owns your key phrases, owns your crypto. So be careful with that, because your crypto is actually still on the exchange. It's whoever has the addresses, I guess. I think Bank of America will custody XRP. You know, Milkman, I think you're right. I think the banks are going to become the new exchanges. If you want to know my personal feeling, I think that's the bank's role, is that they're actually going to be the exchanges. That they will custody your digital asset and hold them safe for you, and keep them safe, and that will be their role. Of course, they're going to charge you for it, but that'll probably be your role. Uh-oh. Peru Crypto, the tip monster, is at it again. Congratulations, D. Burke. Just won 100 XLM. Peru, that's really, really cool of you. Really cool of you to do, and congratulations, D-Buck. D-Bulk. Hope I'm saying that right. Told you, I'm going to butcher names. Really cool, Peru. Thank you very much, buddy. It's great of you to support the community the way that you do. You probably have to have bake sales on the weekends to finance all your tip giveaways. Actually, he doesn't. If I had Peru's money, I'd throw mine away. Okay, let's see. How long have we been doing this? Anybody know? I don't even know when we started. But I don't mind going if you guys have any more questions. Let's see. Daniel Leach, I won't trust any banks. You know what? I hate banks. I've told you, you guys know I hate banks. I'm not a fan of lawyers, but I think they're a step up on bankers. You know, the branch people don't know anything anymore. They're not the real bankers or gangsters, banksters. The real banksters are on, these big banks that are probably more, do more money laundering than anybody. Okay, so first of all, let me see. I have an LDS question, not sure where to go. I would love very much for you to send me a DM if you're on Twitter. My Twitter handle is just @XRPVenture. I'd love to answer any questions that you have about the LDS Church. I was not born a member of that church. I have done lots and lots of studying about this whole church thing and have gone in search of something that resonates with me, and so I would love to have you DM me and ask me your questions and have a chance to answer them for you. If I can. If I can't, I bet I can find a satisfactory answer for you. So, okay. Anyway, thank you very much. How do you say it? Hickus Rex. So, see, told you I would butcher it. I'm hoping you're on the other end laughing at my pronunciation, as long as all the rest of you and anybody else that knows the correct pronunciation. But it's not my thing. It's not my thing, really. Anyway, thank you for the $2 super chat, and please DM me. I don't care if you DM me on YouTube or Twitter, but please do. Let's see, where are we at now? Dang, Peru, thanks, man. Hey, D. Burke is thanking you, Peru. I'm sure you probably already read it. Don't have much money, Peru says. I have a big heart. You do have a big heart. What is meant to be will find its way. Thank you, Venture. Well, apparently it was meant to be that D. Burke gets 100 XLM, and it was meant to be, and you're a big heart for doing it. Thank you. Let's see. Anything else? You guys got any, what do you think's going on with XRP, guys? You think it's okay, let's do a little thumbs up thing. Thumbs up, thumbs down thing. I've said it a bunch of times that I think there's only two possibilities. XRP already has put a deal together with central bankers and governments around the world. It's a done deal, and they know exactly what they're all doing and what they're going to be. They're just waiting to flip the switch and make the announcement, and it's over. If you think that, give it a thumbs up, or are they a startup company just trying to sign up as many banks as they can as fast as they can, and they're working hard on it, doing a good job, got a good staff, but they're just a startup company that's trying to get it done. So I'm not sure how you. So thumbs up if you think it's a done deal, and they're it's already, the IMF's getting the escrow, the whole thing. They're doing it's a lot bigger than a startup company. Okay, so let's see. Lots of thumbs up there. Tony Bowers, thumbs up. Scott Elliott, thumbs up. XRP Bull, thumbs up. Chucks, lots of thumbs ups here. See, I'd be a thumbs up. This is a lot bigger. This is a lot bigger than a startup company, a 7-year-old startup company that's being, walked into the Switzerland, central bankers meeting, that's meeting at the White House, that's meeting with, the IMF, and this is a big deal. This is a big deal. We're very fortunate, guys, to even know about it. We really are. And we need to be wise stewards of those blessings when they come. Okay, Crypto Queen Shy, $3 support again. Sister, that's a lot of support. Thank you very much. I got some kind of dancing bird with a thumbs up there. So thank you for that a lot. Appreciate it. Where'd Crypto Mike go? Is he still in here? Mike didn't tell us why he thought the 12th was happening. He's probably off live streaming himself. But anyway, I think it's a much bigger deal than a startup company. I've shared with you in the past too that, quite honestly, I'm not sure that the government didn't create the startup company. But that's my conspiratorial side that I can't help, because I just don't trust a lot of what they're putting out there in their propaganda media machine here. I just don't trust them. I've seen what they've done. I see how they enslave us, and we need to get out of these the debt system and slave system we're in. Okay. Anyone invest in XLM as well? Are you mostly an XRP side of things? So today there's been a lot of little DMs flying around, not DMs, but kind of the side chat rooms where people are buying up some XLM. If you want to know, DM Digital Asset Daily, he has an article that he has researched where he's found some pretty interesting things about XLM, and then of course there is that mysterious burning of half of their coins and tokens. So it makes you wonder what that's all about. People don't realize how early we are in on this. Well, Doc, I think you're right. Once again, Peru Crypto, thank you again for the super chat, the $5 super chat. And he says, congratulations, Alec Yeats just won 200 XLM. And happy birthday again. That's right, didn't Alex just have a birthday? Peru, you're awesome, buddy. I'm going to have to send you a tip to replenish your tip bot. King of Spades says, no way on XLM. I have not purchased any XLM because quite honestly, truth is, I've wanted, whatever my resources are, I've wanted all the XRP and VET I could get. So, Taylor, he says he's with me on that. We got to get out of this debt system, this slave system we're in. Got to get out. Got to get out. That is the only true freedom we have, you guys, is if they can't require you to be anywhere, you are truly free. And when they have to force you to be at a job and to, because, it's like somebody said once, you think you own your house, try missing 3 or 4 payments and see if you own that house. They don't. You're in a debt system, and until you're completely free. By the way, that's how I got into this whole thing, this whole digital assets. I wanted to. I thought it was an investment that I could make that might help me pay off my house. That's all I wanted, was just pay off the house. Now I think I'm way beyond that as far as what I want and what I think it could happen. So anyway, get out of debt. Get out of debt. XRP Bull, thank you very much. He gave us a $10 super chat. Didn't make any comments, so we got to make up comments for him. No, I don't. We don't need to make up. We don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but it's very, very cool of you, man, to support like that, to give the super chat. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let's see. Well, Fly says, you don't own poop. You're right. I wanted to pay off my house, and I wanted to pay my taxes on my house 3 years in advance. They won't take it. They won't take your money in advance even. Why not? Why can't I have a credit down here? If my taxes are $800 a year, why can't I give you $5,000 and not have to worry about you guys? XRP Bull, who just gave us the super chat, said, keep up the great work, Venture. I find your input extremely valuable and refreshing. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I never know. I really don't know unless you send a comment like that, I guess. But I don't know, because I'm just rambling. I don't do the news. I don't do that, just kind of going on what my gut is telling me. What I watch the market at opening bell every morning. I'm watching that part of it. I'm watching the XRP community. I'm reading the posts. I'm listening to other communities and tapped into other communities that are, looking for a global currency reset. And I'm just trying to take it all from all directions, and trying to, extract what I think's going on, and then ultimately, share some real world experiences. Hopefully, I get to do more of that. What I really like to do is help people, and I hope we all make a crap ton of money, and I get to help people that want to, develop some real estate so they can keep the money. So, let's see. Patel, there you go. Don't underestimate Tron. You love Tron, Patel. Patel and Tron sitting in a tree. No, I'm just kidding. Tron is we've talked a lot. I just don't know about Justin Sun. Anybody know what happened to the Warren Buffett luncheon with Justin Sun? Whatever happened to that? I mean, that's a lot of money to spend not to have it. I don't know what happened there. But Patel, we will not. Everybody, Patel is not a financial advisor. He makes that very clear because he did all caps. But he thinks you should check out Tron. Do your own homework, your own research, of course. What are your thoughts on Chainlink? Doc, honestly, I don't know anything at all about Chainlink. I would lean on you guys to tell me about Chainlink. And I don't know much about it, and I don't know what their use case is. Isn't Chainlink like $1.60 or something like that? And it always boggles my mind why some of these coins are there, and we've always hovering around 30 cents. I don't know. Southside P215, XRP and VeChain. That's where I'm at right now, my friend. What about ADA? Cardano, I like Cardano. If I had money right now, I'd buy some Cardano. I'd buy some XLM just to, Cardano, ADA, I'd buy that and I'd hold that for a long-term play on that. But, and XLM, I'd buy that just because you never know. I mean, if they've got, somebody mentioned, bad memory, I guess, somebody mentioned that they had problems with their payment solution or their testing of payments and what have you. So hopefully XLM can get that together. But they struck a deal with IBM, and IBM is no slouch, and it's a big old American company, and you never know. Somebody's going to take advantage of that and do something with it. So it wouldn't be a And part of the reason why I look at Cardano and I look at XLM and certainly VET and these others and HOT, it's because they're like penny stocks, man. They're just like when they're less than a penny, probably not bad to buy $900 worth of it, just cause and then if you're a little bit diversified that way, if you have 6 or 7, that you're really, you got your XRP, you got your VET, you got your HOT, you got your ADA, you got your XLM, you got your, Chainlink, you whatever. Man, if any one hit it big, boom. All I want is one of them to go up enough to give me 2 years' salary where I can just quit altogether and I can sit around for 2 years while the rest of it matures. That'd be cool. Chainlink is 210, he says. I heard his project similar to VeChain. Well, it has a similar name. I just don't know what it is. But if they're similar, I don't know if I don't know the partnerships with Chainlink, if they have as many partnerships as VeChain. So I don't know. I'd be looking to some of the comments to see. Excuse me, throat's getting a little dry. Love me some XRP. Kevin, I'm with you. All right. Well, you guys, throw up any other quick questions you might have if you think I can be of any help to you there, or if you're curious of my thoughts of it. I think I've pretty well shared every thought in more than you even want to know. And some you didn't want to know at all. I hold XRP, MoneyGram, and nothing else for my 2 daughters' future. That's awesome level playing field. That really is. And I'm kind of the same way. My bags are set for my kids. They don't know it. They don't know anything about it. I've got one son out of 4 that has actually taken his own money and bought some XRP. 2 of them are too small, but and my daughter, my 12-year-old daughter Emma, yeah, she owns 72 XRP and she's very proud of it. She bought it with her babysitting money. I keep telling the boys, man, I hope that goes to the moon and you guys are just sad. She buys herself a brand new pickup for high school. Well, okay, where's CKJ? We don't know. Maybe an extended break for the holidays, but I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow. XRP for the future. XRP is the future, you guys. I keep looking down here. I guess it's up here. XRP is the future. Excited for that to happen. Going to be an interesting month. Going to be an interesting 3 months. Let's see where this thing goes. XRP Venture, how do you plan to purchase property with your XRP? Well, a couple of things. Hey, something you guys might want to check out is, have you heard of Nexo? Nexo.io. They're actually a lending platform. You can transfer your digital assets to them, assuming they're one of the ones that they support. They certainly support XRP. And then what they do is they give you transfer them over just like you transfer it from one exchange to another. And they immediately in the back office give you a line of credit that you can withdraw immediately, and you can send that to your local bank and never sell your asset. So, that is one way to get the money into property, is that you can leave it on and never sell it and just borrow against it. I mean, if you have $1 million in digital assets, you can borrow $200,000 pretty easy without ever selling your digital assets. And if you haven't sold your digital assets, then there's no taxable event there. So you can take that $200,000, build a spec house, free and clear. You're not in any pressure to sell it. When it sells, bonus, you built it for $200,000, sold it for $280,000, put $80,000 in the bank. That becomes a taxable event, but that's a different story. But then you get your $200,000 back and go do it again. But you're never in any hurry. You're not sweating over some loan that you have that, oh my gosh, my construction financing's killing me. I got to get this thing sold. No, it's paid off. When it sells, it sells. But it'd be a nice way to make bread and butter income, just building a house and no homeowner involved. Just build it the way you think it would look good and the way it would sell, and then sell it. And when it sells, make your money and move on. Anyway, so that's one way. I have no problem. I have a video, and I'm going to do another one about exit strategies and my personal exit strategy. I literally have points where I plan to sell anyway and pull that money out for the specific purpose of investing in real estate. So I don't have a problem with the taxes. I'll pay the taxes if the rewards and the gains are big enough. Venture, if Schwartz is right, when ODL starts, it'll ramp up a little and FOMO will hit and will then explode out of nowhere. This could happen sooner than later, like in the next 3 to 6 months. Well, I totally agree with that. And if I could pronounce your name, I would so say it. I'm so sorry, but I totally agree with that. But I don't think it's FOMO, guys. There's going to be, the world's going to FOMO in, but it's not really in FOMO in. It's more the world's going to invest in when they make an announcement that what they're going to do with this digital asset, with this new asset class that they've created. When they announce what they're going to do, and or there's a global meltdown, financial meltdown, and then they swoop in with this new financial system to which I do believe will be backed by gold one way or another, when they swoop in to pick the economy back up and to recreate an economy with a new financial system. It's not necessarily going to be FOMO as much as that's what everybody uses now, and people are going to be holding it. You think about all your holdings. A lot of people, we're not letting it go at $20. We're not letting it go even. I'm certainly not selling all mine at $100. I'll probably always own 50% of mine and see where the heck it goes. So, but it could go anytime. FOMO is a real thing, but in this particular case, we're talking about widespread adoption. When widespread adoption, I'm not sure that's considered FOMO anymore. That's almost a need. They need to get some. They need to buy some. But again, it also goes back to what XRP is going to be used for. If it's a world bridge currency, then we don't really have a big need for the cross-border remittance. We're going to have more of a need for our local walled garden currency. So just like China's doing theirs, I'm convinced the U.S. is going to do theirs, and Russia's going to do theirs, and every other country around the world is going to do their own digital currency, and what they'll trade in between themselves is XRP. So, all right, you guys, I've probably rambled on long enough. I sure appreciate the support and appreciate you being here. Sorry I'm tucked in a room. Give me 2 more weeks, and I'll have my little home office set up where we can have, the sound and lighting and maybe a little bigger screen where I can read your comments a little better. So people won't hear about it until it's $5. Couldn't agree more with that. Lucky D, the Lucky D. I agree with that. I don't think, they won't make a big deal of it on the Squawk Box or Fox Business News, whatever. I agree until it's past the all-time high, even by quite a bit. Then they'll start talking about it. Okay. You guys, this is great. 1%er, thanks for being here. John Dixon, thanks for being here. Crypto Queen Shy, thank you. Amazing support. Thank you very, very much. BC, heck, I haven't even called you out. I'm glad you're here, my friend. How are you, buddy? I am sorry. I didn't, I don't know when you got here, but I didn't see you here. I got to fix something here. There we go. Everybody, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Kind of an impromptu last minute stream in CKJ's absence, but here we are. Anyway, thanks a lot, and you guys have a great night, okay? All right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.